What's up, guys? It is Corey from SuperKamiGuru9000 and welcome to my review of Bleach chapter 526. Hey guys, and before you watch this video, check the annotation above and the link below in the description box for a review of Dragon Ball Z Dead Zone. Me and Christian are reviewing every single Dragon Ball Z movie in honor of the release of Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods this March. So make sure and check that out. It's really awesome, and make sure and give it a thumbs up. After the 2-week break, we finally get back to the epic battle between Unohana and Kenpachi, and I didn't really care for the last chapter that much, and at first when I read this one for the first time, I didn't really care for it either, but upon a second glance, there are a lot of things that I really started to enjoy, and a lot of it came from the artwork this week. Now, I've made it clear that it's no surprise that I think Kubo does some really great character designs, in particularly the expressions that his characters can give, and Kenpachi gives a lot of those this week, and there's a lot of really cool little moments, and it was almost all raw action and not too much dialogue until the very end of the chapter, but that it was actually pretty good at the end of the day. Kenpachi and Unohana are continuing to just slash the living fuck out of each other. It's really cool, it's really intense, there's a lot of really cool close-up shots of both of them. One thing that's pretty damn cool in this chapter is that Unohana actually uses her Bankai of the Minazuki. And I'm not really sure what it's doing. She goes into this really cool stance at first, and it almost looks like her sword is almost made out of blood at first. It's kind of hard to tell. I don't know if maybe you guys can let me know what's actually going on. I'm really not quite sure how the Bankai works. And after that, she's swinging her sword at Kenpachi, and his skin is literally starting to melt away. And I love all the little detail moments that Kubo put in here. In particular, there's this one panel. It's a close-up shot of Kenpachi's face. You see his eyeball is still just barely attached inside the skull. It's little details like that that make it really gruesome and really cool at the same time. Like I said, I love the expressions. There's this one panel where Unohana just looks fucking insane. Her eyes are like completely white and everything, and it's just a really great turn for the character. There's a small little flashback we've never seen before at the end of the chapter. We get to see that Unohana is finally accepting that Kenpachi will be the new Kenpachi. This boy is suited for the position. And then the chapter ends almost abruptly with Kenpachi actually finally hitting Unohana, stabbing her through. It's a really interesting final panel. It's very typical for Bleach, of course. You got the completely white background and everything. But still, I want to learn a little bit more about this Bankai ability because I'm still kind of confused as to how it works. And she's always had kind of an interesting sword because from what I've seen before, the Shikai is like a giant flying manta ray. So maybe I could kind of evoke that from the artwork this week, the way she went into that weird sort of floating stance when she activated it. But still, it looked pretty cool. Like I said, I love the moment where Kenpachi's skin was being ripped and melted away. That looked really awesome. And, you know, this is a chapter I think you definitely need to read a couple times. There's a little bit of subtext and context in there that I think really makes this chapter work. You know, I wanted the action to be maybe a little more explosive, but really it's still pretty cool. It's still incredibly brutal. But this wasn't a perfect chapter. There were some things I wish would have been more explained, like Unohana's Bankai, maybe seeing a little bit more of that background with Kenpachi as a kid, and I just can't wait to see the conclusion of this battle and what's going to come of it. So for me, I'm going to drop an 8 on this one. It wasn't a perfect chapter for me anyway. Your opinion may differ, but still check this one out because it's still pretty good. Okay guys, how did you feel about this week's chapter of Bleach? Did you like seeing Unohana's Bankai? You can let me know with your comments below. Remember guys, as always, if you like this video, make sure and hit that like button and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps these videos out a lot. That concludes this review today. SuperKamiGuru9000, out.